Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. This is another review for Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 13, Episode 13, 10-10-20. So it's one day before Cynthia's wedding. Cynthia and Noel are getting massages. Portia is planning, she's planning on being the best dressed. And she was. Because she knows she's going to see her ex. We're having the rehearsal dinner. There's Hurricane Delta in full effect, and so Cynthia is worried about the weather for the ceremony. She would like to take things outside, because of COVID, all of the guests, it would be ideal to have this ceremony outside. So she's worried about that weather. But anyway, Kenya shows up to the rehearsal dinner. Candy is late to Eva. She's a bridesmaid, so she's there and mic'd up. They talk about how Wendy Williams gave Cynthia, the business for having this wedding during the pandemic. Cynthia, she can't be concerned about what the people saying. She already knew it was coming. And everybody's saying that, you should just expect some backlash for having a whole wedding during the pandemic. But it is what it is. Mal comes out there to join the conversation. She feel away about not being invited to the bachelorette trip and not being, included in the festivities. And, they talk about the blogs, and Mal wants to know. She like, listen, I want the details from the trip. Kenya tells them, well, yeah, we all witnesses, and here we go again with the bolo talk. Kenya has completely dredged it up again. Now we're talking about details. All of us were witnesses. Okay, don't put me in this. Okay, please don't put me in the mess. That Tanya was kissing Portia, and Shemea might have been in there too. But Candy would know. Candy's like, don't be bringing me in nothing. Candy gets tight-lipped when Kenya starts talking about bolo and what happened, because Candy she don't want to be the one, just telling everything. Because Kenya just insists on bringing up bolo. She just insists on bringing it up. The ladies go inside, and Kenya and Candy are still sitting outside. Oh, because Eva was out there too, wanting to know all the tea, wanting to know who slept with who and all of that. Kenya tells her, I don't want to be the only one. Like, don't be leaving me out on the island. Like, have my back, girl. You heard what you heard. You know what I know. So when I'm talking about what I know, don't be just leaving me out there. Candy like, girl, you on your own. You want to run tell that? You can do that all on your own. I'm not getting in that with you. A night in Nice. So Shemea, she hosts a little event. Shout out to Tisha over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. She hosts a little gathering for the nieces. Drew is the first to show up. So we got Marlo, Shemea, Portia, Drew, and Latoya. Latoya's late though. They sit and they talk about, what's been being said in the blogs, and Marlo and Kenya had been making posts trying to clear their name. They got a whole hashtag campaign going on. And when they talk about bolo in this whole situation, if Portia's in the room, Portia ain't saying nothing. She just sitting over there sipping her drink because she is guilty as charged. Guilty. Portia's not really feeling Marlo because Marlo is in on the campaign, on the hashtag campaign. The hashtag is "It Wasn't Me." First is Kenya. It's like y'all are just keeping up with the mess. Process of elimination. If enough of y'all keep saying it wasn't me and keep hashtagging it, then we're able to, find out who it was. But I mean, we already all know. So this whole hashtag and all of that is just overkill. It's like you're hanging it over her head almost. Portia feels like Kenya and Marlo getting all cozy is very much calculated. And I agree. So now we're playing games, and Toya goes first. I think it's like a never have I ever. I don't know. It's a drinking game. Who would you sleep with in this room? Toya says Drew. Drew has to imitate Shemea. She does that. She does a little vagina drip or whatever. Marlo has to run around the house and do a lap topless. She's a good sport. Latoya brings up Bolo again, and she gonna say it only points to you, to Portia and Tanya, and Portia looking at her like, really, bitch? Really? Are you a narc? Like, what you doing here? What's your angle? Was you sit here? What is this? What is this? Cause she in the hashtag campaign too. She did it too. She chimed in. It wasn't me as well. So it's kind of like they're trying to like gang up. It's not cool. Toya, ends up when she wants to change the subject. And then she and Drew get into it. Things go left. I don't even know how. I think it was that whole, you said that I don't respect marriages, and Latoya's like, well, you don't. And then Toya says, Drew, you said that I don't respect marriages. And Drew says, well, you don't. And then Toya says, well, you're the one who was grinding and doing all what you was doing with him. And Drew is just like, listen, girl, my man knows and my man don't care. Yeah, I did it. Do you want me to demonstrate again what I did? Girl, you like, what are you doing? They have that back and forth. Latoya's being very, she's an antagonist in this scene. She's being very, what's the word? Not abrasive. Argumentative. She's been very argumentative, and I don't understand why. Then Latoya starts talking about Kenya. Let me mention this, because Drew, you got one more time to throw shade at YouTubers, and then you're gonna be getting canceled. The people gonna start dragging you, because that's not cool. You got a problem with her, so don't throw your shade at everybody when you trying to throw shade at her, because this is your second time doing it. She gonna say in her confessionals, Latoya never ever, because I don't know, is her name on YouTube Latoya Ever After or Latoya Forever? She calling her Latoya Never Never or Latoya Never Ever or something like that. She say, playing your makeup and play dress up over there on YouTube. Don't play with me. She's still getting coins. Still getting millions playing in the makeup and playing dress up, Drew. So what you saying? Girl, get out of here. Anyway, Latoya starts spilling tea. She's talking about Kenya and saying, I feel like Kenya leaked the story, and she feels like it's because Kenya's going through this divorce, that sort of thing. Then she tells them, he wants alimony. Like, she's just spilling all that lady tea, and they just eating it up like, oh, I thought this was your friend. You really telling all her business, but we're listening. We are listening. Now it's wedding day, and Cynthia and her mama, they done made up. And they done made up because her daddy ain't even coming. Now mama cool. Her daddy ain't coming. He ain't playing around with the pandemic, with the COVID. He not playing, so he's staying home. We see the ladies getting ready. Portia is best dressed, hands down. I loved her look. I loved it. I liked Eva's hair. I liked her top knot all the way up here to the top, to the tippy top. I really liked it. I didn't like the fit of Candy's dress. I didn't like the fit of Kenya's dress. I think they had got this. I think they had got fitted before the pandemic, and before we had the quarantine and everybody got thick. That's what I think. Drew was up partying with Portia and the nieces, and so she calls Cynthia. She hoarse. She can't sing. She's got to go on vocal rest because she's lost her voice. That was all that hollering she was doing over there with Latoya. Cynthia comes out. She's a beautiful bride. We love it. The wedding is nice. Bravo didn't have their cameras in there. I don't know whose footage we watching, but somebody was in there getting a little footage. While on the dance floor, because Eva is mic'd up, they decide to let us in on what she talking about. She on the dance floor having a conversation with one of the guests, and they talking about Bolo, of course. Talking about, we talk about all the carpet munching, and Eva's like, listen, I heard that they got it going. Everybody started eating each other out before the cameras left. They really had a had a back and forth about it. We talking about how big Bolo's peen is. It's just like, why are we still talking about Bolo? Y'all had better gave Bolo a real nice check, because he's carrying this whole season. He's carrying it on his back. Then we see Bolo and Dennis. They have dinner. He posted on the internet that he was single as fuck, and the blogs took it and ran with it. You know, they think that it's because Portia was sleeping with the stripper, and so he gonna let him assume that. Dennis is quite defensive in this conversation. I don't even know why they needed to sit and have a conversation. Portia's just like, listen, I didn't even do that. You going to the internet letting these folks just think anything. Like, what are you doing? I ain't even do that. I haven't gone to the internet and said I'm single. And he's like, I mean, well, the way you moving, do you need to? She's like, what you trying to say? Girl, sleeping with the stripper and Tanya? Yeah, that says I'm single. Don't act like you don't know what he's talking about, girl. They, you know, have this little back and forth with words, and she start crying. You know, Portia, she gonna cry. She gonna cry when she talking to Dennis. She start crying, and you know, they just decide, you know, that it's best to just let the romantic aspect of their relationship just die. That's just that. We are co-parenting, and that's it. It's because she's like, listen, honestly, if we didn't even have Pilar, you and I would not even be together no more. Like, you be sick of my shit and I be sick of yours. And we already know it's because, like, they moved into this so fast. They had no time to get to know one another, like, really. So it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. They never could get it right. So might as well just let it be what it is, you know? Just co-parenting and going on about your business. That's where it ended out at. That was it, y'all. That was it. I'm finally finished for the week. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. And it is Friday. It ain't like I got, you know, a couple of more days in the week. It ain't like I finished early, but we still got it all done, and productivity is always a plus. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.